All right, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakha Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and others at Great Millstone. I've seen a lot of, there was some posts on X about these. Actually, I saw Dabu say something about this, and I want to look into it myself. And I found this CIA declassified, Russian declassified file of UFOs, supposedly. I just wanted to read it. All right. It says it's class, unclassified, serial number, blah, 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 pass, attention, BBC, CSD, country, Russia International, subject, paper reports alleged evidence on mishap involving UFO, unidentified flying objects. Now, we know, according to the scriptures, that these are the chariots of Israel that the Lord uses to do whatever he needs them to do. Okay. Probably manipulating and watching over us and just doing all types of sailing instructions. That's how they navigate, man, throughout the earth, these angels. Kiev Holos, Ukrainian, 27 March 93, page 5. It says, reprint from the newspaper Ternopil Večerny, Cosmic Revenge, first paragraph published in bold face. Okay, hold on. I want to make sure that I'm sharing it. I don't know if you can see it or not, but I'm just reading it. It says, text, after Mikhail Gorbachev dissolved in 1991, the KGB, Top Secret Intelligence Administration, a lot of material from that department found their way abroad, in particular to the CIA. As reported by the authoritative magazine Canadian Weekly World News, U.S. intelligence obtained a 250-page file on the attack by a UFO on a military unit in Siberia. So, this is supposedly an unidentified flying object. Okay. Doing military attacks. This is probably off, just some witchcraft, man. It's a lie, man. Because let me grab it. There's plenty of scriptures that come to mind. But let's look into some of these, man. Okay. I don't even know where to start. Let me see. Let's start in the book of There Are More Than Us. Where is that? Where did he say that? That's 2 Kings, the 6th chapter. Let's start there. Okay. Let me see, where else is that? Let me see. I know there's a chariot. Yahweh came and met Moses in the chariot here. But let's start in 2 Kings, the 6th chapter. A chariot, 2 Kings. Not the siege. Let's go. Let's start right. Second Kings 6 and 8. The Arameans plot to capture Elisha. Then king of Syria warred against Israel and took counsel with his servants, saying, in such and such a place shall be my camp. And the man of God sent unto the king of Israel, saying, beware that thou pass not such a place, for thither the Syrians are come down. And the king of Israel sent to the place which the man of God told him and warned him of, and saved himself there not once nor twice. Therefore the heart of the king of Syria was sore troubled for this thing, and he called his servants and said unto them, will ye not show me which of us is for the king of Israel? And one of his servants said, none, my lord, O king, but Elisha, the prophet that is in Israel, telleth the king of Israel the words that thou speakest in thy bedchamber. And he said, go and spy where he is, that I may send and fetch him. And it was told him, saying, behold, he is in Dothan. Therefore sent he thither horses and chariots and a great host, and they came by night and compassed the city about. We're getting to the point. And when the servant of the man of God was risen early and gone forth, behold, a host compassed the city both with horses and chariots. And his servant said unto him, Alas, my master, how shall we do? And he answered, Fear not, for they that be with us are more than they that be with them. Okay, so what's going on here is Elisha and one of his servants are being surrounded, and his servant is asking him, what are we going to do? And he told him not to fear, because there's more that be with us than that be with them. Now, this is two people and being besieged by a whole army of people, okay? 2 Kings 6:17, and Elisha prayed and said, Lord, Yahweh, I pray thee, open his eyes that he may see. And the Lord Yahweh opened the eyes of the young man, and he saw, and behold, the mountain was full of horses and chariots of fire round about Elisha. Okay, so we can't see these chariots, but the scriptures describe them as chariots. They call them clouds, a flying roll. Okay, these are what the world knows them as UFOs, but they've been identified through these scriptures. 2 Kings 6:18, and when they came down to him, Elisha prayed unto the Lord Yahweh and said, Smite this people, I pray thee, with blindness. And he smote them with blindness according to the word of Elisha. So there's an unseen, these vehicles are spiritual. That's number one. All right. So the things that they're capable of doing is just, it's out of this world. It's like you seeing a ghost. I've actually seen a ghost before. Okay. And you know, who knows? I don't understand why it happened the way I did, but that's the only I've seen one, man. Okay. And it bugged me the fuck out. And still to this point, I've never seen one ever again. You know, I was younger when I did see it, but still it's some I ain't gonna be talking about ghost stories, but the reason why I say that is because there's spirits, man. And it was probably a demon, who knows? Okay. That manifested. So I didn't know who this person was, but once I saw I could see through it, that's when and this is the type of things that's gonna be happening in these last days. A lot of manifesting of spiritual things that you can't explain, man. Like it doesn't even make sense trying to explain it because you just sound bugged the fuck out. Well, that's gonna increase. Okay. And imagine Elisha trying to explain this to someone in modern day today, how he opened the eyes of like his servant opened his eyes and saw all these flying objects around him. It would sound bugged out to somebody. And it's written in the Bible. So we understand this Bible is spiritual, and a lot of the things that are being said in here, they can't really comprehend it. So they kind of write it off as just being nothing. And then you got Esau on top of it coming out with these declassified from the CIA, you know, it's an enchantment, man, making you think these big gray beings with big eyes and no, big brains and their bodies like he's fighting them and he can take them down. Meanwhile, they can live out of space much longer. He just had a successful these two astronauts come down. Look how destroyed they are, man. They look like they gained the woman's. She looks like the Wicked Witch of the East, you know. But these beings stay up there for a living, like so. But and he can he can't understand their technology, but he can take them down. So it's a whole mindfuck making you think that okay, he actually has the capability to go toe to toe with these unidentified flying objects, but it's not the truth, as we can see in this example. 2 Kings 6:18. This is why Elisha said, I pray thee, smite this people with blindness. And he smote them with blindness according to the word of Elisha. 2 Kings 6:19. And Elisha said unto them, this is not the way, neither is this the city. Follow me, and I will bring you to the man whom ye seek. But he led them to Samaria. And it came to pass when they were come into Samaria that Elisha said, Lord, open the eyes of these men that they may see. And the Lord opened their eyes, and they saw, and behold, they were in the midst of Samaria. So he blinded them, okay? Because this was taking place, I believe, in Syria, we were reading. Oh, no, he said Dothan. Let's look at this word, Dothan. Okay. He's in Dothan in 2 Kings 6:13. Let's find out where that is. Let's see, 420. It says a place in northern Palestine, 12 miles north of Samaria. Okay, so he was way up there. The home of Elisha. It means two wells. So he was 12 miles north of Samaria. So he blinded them and made them go 12 miles south into Samaria. So that's still in the land of Israel. Syria is north of Israel. Okay. All right. And that was this chariot. So if they have the capability to blind you and make you go in the wrong direction, this is how they can seal the instructions. This is how the Lord gets his will done down here, man. Okay. And the precept I'm thinking about is Job, but I want to finish this and keep it moving. 2 Kings 6:20. And it came to pass when they were coming to Samaria that Elisha said, open the eyes of these men that they may see. And the Lord Yahweh opened their eyes, and they saw, and behold, they were in the midst of Samaria. And the king of Israel said unto Elisha, when he saw them, my father, shall I smite them? Shall I smite them? And he answered, thou shalt not smite them. Wouldest thou smite those whom thou hast taken captive with thy sword and with thy bow? Set bread and water before them, that they may eat and drink, and go to their master. And he prepared great provision for them. And when they had eaten and drunk, he sent them away, and they went to their master. So the bands of Syria came no more into the land of Israel. So he could have destroyed them, okay? But he didn't do that. So he just sent them back into Syria. Okay, a whole army, man. All right, that wanted to come and destroy the king of Israel. Their Arameans plot to capture Elisha. All right. So, point of the matter is, there's precepts, and I'm thinking, I don't know why Exodus 13th chapter, God leads the people. Let's read this. Exodus 13:17. And it came to pass when Pharaoh had let the people go, that the Most High led them not through the way of the land of the Philistines, although that was near. For the Most High said, lest peradventure the people repent when they see war, and they return to Egypt. So he knew you weren't battle tested, man. So he made your path. He allowed you to avoid the dangers. Okay, so the Lord was leading us after the Exodus to Egypt, and this is the type of things we expect in the future. He knows this is his creation, this is his program. But the Most High led the people about through the way of the wilderness of the Red Sea, and the children of Israel went up harnessed out of the land of Egypt. Let me look at this word. What's that mean? What do you mean they went up harnessed? Let's look at this word, harnessed. Because you got to remember, this was written in Hebrew, so you got to go into the Hebrew. In battle array, arrayed for battle by fives, armed. They were harnessed, they were strapped, ready to fight. And Moses took the bones of Joseph with him, for he had straitly sworn to the children of Israel, saying, the The Most High will surely visit you, and ye shall carry up my bones away hence with you. And they took their journey from Succoth and encamped in Etham in the edge of the wilderness, and the Lord went before them by day in a pillar of a cloud. Okay, so this is a chariot to lead them the way, and by night in a pillar of fire. Okay, so a pillar of fire, a pillar of a cloud. These are these chariots to give them light to go by day and night. Okay, so he was leading the children of Israel in the way that they should go. He took not away the pillar of the cloud by day, nor the pillar of fire by night from before the people. So he was leading us, okay, in this so-called UFO. All right. Trying to think of any more precepts that just come to the top of my head. Clearly, I know there's one in Zechariah, the 5th chapter. Let's go and get it. I'm trying to think. Ezekiel, the 1st chapter. Let's read some of these. Zechariah, the flying roll. 5:1. Then I turned and lifted up my eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll. Let's look at this word, flying roll. Maybe there's some meat. Megillah. Let me see how you pronounce this.
Strong's H 4039. Megillah. Megillah.
Okay. Roll, book, writing. Okay. Rolled together as was the ancient custom. A volume, a book rolled together, just like a scroll. The loom of the book of the law. Okay. All right. I just want to see. This is flying. What's flying mean? It just means up. Hover. Okay. Let's see. Is there anything else? Let's look at the lexicon. From which perhaps this root has been formed by softening the letters. Compare. And others see the roots to cover, especially with feathers, wings. As Isaiah 31:5, it gave me. Isaiah 31:5. Did I have it over here? It says, as birds flying, so will the Lord of hosts defend Jerusalem. Defending also, he will deliver it. Passing over, he will preserve it. Okay. Just like a bird, man, being under his wings. The wings are the chariots. Okay. And he's going to defend Jerusalem. Isaiah 68. Who are these that fly as a cloud and as the doves to their windows? Yeah, see? Let me see, Ezekiel 32:10. Yea, I will make many people amazed at thee, and their king shall be horribly afraid for thee when I shall brandish my sword before them, and they shall tremble at every moment. Every man for his own life in the day of thy fall. Ooh, that's deep. Okay. Let's go back to Zechariah 5:2. And he said unto me, what seest thou? And I said, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof 10 cubits. Okay. So these cubits are a certain, the cubits, I believe is from, let's look into this word cubits. Because it's good to have you want this word in you, not on you. Any chance you can look something up, look it up. I don't care. Don't waste your time when you're studying. All of this work, might as well thoroughly do it. Cubit, a measure of distance, the forearm, roughly 18 inches, or half a meter. There are several cubits used in the Old Testament. The cubit of a man, or common cubit, Deuteronomy 3:11. The legal cubit or cubit of the sanctuary, Ezekiel 40:5. plus others. See a Bible dictionary for complete treatment. A ma, prolonged properly. A mother, unit of measure of the forearm below the elbow, i.e., a cubit. Also, a door base as a bond of the entrance. Cubit. Let's see. Does it give the precepts? It said Deuteronomy 3 and 11. We'll see if it gives us that. We'll see Exodus. For only Og, king of Bashan, remained of the remnant of giants. Behold, his bedstead was a bedstead of iron. Is it not in Rabbath of the children of Ammon? 9 cubits was the length thereof, and 4 cubits the breadth of it, after the cubit of a man. Okay, so it's probably going from your elbow. It doesn't say to the top of your finger, but that's beginning, head, and foundation of a thing. The fore part of the arm, but that's the bottom part, but what's the top part? That's what I'm guessing, man. The cubit would be at the bottom of your elbow to the top of your hand, which is like your middle finger. So that's about a half a meter, just like it says. But we know that through the ages we've shrunk, our food's been more defiled, so we're not as the stature that we were in ancient times. Okay, I'm sure men were a lot taller then, man. The average height must have been we're probably a lot short. I mean, I know we're a lot shorter. Okay. Okay, let's get back. Zechariah 5:3. Then said he unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. For everyone that stealeth shall be cut off, as on this side, according to it. And everyone that sweareth shall be cut off on that side, according to it. So this curse is a curse to Babylon. Okay, Esau, his kingdom is going to be destroyed by these, most importantly, the Lord. Okay, he's going to be coming in a chariot and destroying Babylon. All right, so that's what he's scared about. Okay, it says the lofty, Isaiah 2 and 11. I started at 2 and 10. It says, enter into the rock and hide thee in the dust for the fear of the Lord and for the glory of his majesty. So that's what they're going to do. They're going to run and hide in rocks, caves, bunkers. Okay. Isaiah 2 and 11. The lofty looks of man shall be humbled, and the haughtiness of men shall be bowed down, and the Lord alone shall be exalted in that day. For the day of the Lord of hosts shall be upon everyone that is proud and lofty, and upon everyone that is lifted up, and he shall be brought low. So that's when the Lord returns. Okay. He is coming with that fathership. Revelation 1 and 7. Behold, he cometh with clouds. These clouds is the chariots. Well, Yahweh Shai and the rest of the chariots, and every eye shall see him. Every eye is going to see him, because the ship is bigger than the earth. And they also which pierced him, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him, even so, amen. Okay, so he's coming with clouds. Okay, and there's plenty of precepts. Daniel 12 and 1. It says, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book. Okay, so when Michael stands up, he's coming in a chariot too. Okay, he's going to be standing up for the children of Israel. This is the book. I'm going to grab this one and I'm going to keep moving, but it's good to revisit these things. I think is it the first chapter? Acts 1 and 9. And when he had spoken these things while they beheld, he was taken up, and a cloud received him out of their sight. So this is talking about Yahweh Shai being received into a chariot. And while they looked steadfastly toward heaven as he went up, behold, two men stood by them in white apparel. Okay, so this is everyone watching Yahweh Shai get ascend, which also said, Ye men of Galilee, why stand ye gazing up into heaven? This same Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus, which is taken up from you into heaven, shall so come in like manner as ye have seen him go into heaven. So we know that. Okay. That's how he went into heaven, and that's how he's going to return. Daniel 7 and 9. I beheld till the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit, whose garment was white as snow, and the hair of his head like the pure wool. His throne was like the fiery flame, and his wheels as burning fire. A fiery flame, a fiery stream issued and came forth from before him. Thousands ministered unto him, and 10,000 times 10,000 stood before him. The judgment was set, and the books were open. I beheld then, because of the voice of the great words which the horn spake. I beheld even till the beast was slain, and his body destroyed, and given to the burning flame. As concerning the rest of the beasts, they had their dominion taken away, yet their lives were prolonged for a season and time. Okay. Why did I grab this? Oh, I got to keep going. That's the point. Daniel 7 and 13. I saw in the night visions, and behold, one like the Son of Man came with the clouds of heaven and came to the Ancient of Days, which is the Most High. This is Yahweh going to see. We just read in Acts, the first chapter. And this is what happened. Daniel is seeing this, what happened after where he was going. And they brought him near before him. And there was given him dominion and glory and a kingdom, that all people, nations, and languages should serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion, which shall not pass away, and his kingdom that which shall not be destroyed. Okay, so he went and met the Heavenly Father in a chariot. He was delivered to him after his crucifixion, after his resurrection. He went to go see the Heavenly Father. Okay, this Ezekiel. Let's just go to Ezekiel and grab it, man. Okay, the vision of the four figures. I'm gonna try to get to the point. Okay. Also was Ezekiel, a will within a will. I'm trying to find it. That's how he explains it. Let's start at 15. Ezekiel 1 to 15. Now, as I beheld the living creatures, behold, one wheel upon the earth by the living creatures with his four faces. The appearance of the wheels and their work was like unto the color of a burrow, and they four had one likeness, and their appearance and their work was it were a wheel in the middle of a wheel. Okay, so that's what Ezekiel saw, a wheel within the middle of a wheel. That doesn't sound like the flying roll, because a roll, actually, depending how you look at the scroll, I'm thinking these are different chariots, When they went upon their four sides, and they turned not when they went. As for their rings, they were so high that they were dreadful, and their rings were full of eyes round about them four. And when the living creatures went, the wheels went by them. And when the living creatures were lifted up from the earth, the wheels were lifted up. Whithersoever the Spirit was to go, they went. Thither was their spirit to go, and the wheels were lifted up over against them. For the spirit of the living creature was in the wheels. So it's a spiritual vehicle that moves according to the Spirit. Okay, so when you see these different, how was Esau going to fight against this? Long story short, but let me finish this article. Okay, the file contains not only many documentary photographs and drawings, but also testimonies by actual participants in the events. One of the CIA representatives referred to this case as a horrific one of the CIA representative, Salakia, one of horrific picture of revenge on the part of the extraterrestrial creature, a picture that makes one's blood freeze. So, you know, hey, extraterrestrial creature, you just automatically assume the alien movies he's programmed you to believe, this is all by enchantment. But no, these are the chariots of Israel. We just went into the Bible and explains it perfectly. Elijah wasn't, he can blind them. Come on, man. He led the children of Israel. He had this tech way back in ancient. This is what the pillar of fire, at night for the children of Israel. So what is they? Come on, man. I was actually not even the precept I want to look for was in Exodus, probably. I can't even think of. Let's see if I can put Sinai, because Moses went and met the Lord. Exodus 16. Is it 19? Yeah. Let's go to Exodus 19. Moses on Sinai. The Lord visits Sinai. Exodus 19:8. And Mount Sinai was altogether on a smoke, because the Lord descended upon it in fire, and the smoke thereof ascended as the smoke of a furnace, and the whole mount quaked greatly. So look at this type of capability. Okay, this is what the Most High was in. And when the voice of the trumpet sounded long and waxed louder and louder, Moses spake, and the Most High answered him by a voice. And the Lord came down upon Mount Sinai on the top of the mount. And the Lord called Moses up to the top of the mount, and Moses went up. And the Lord said unto Moses, Go down, charge the people, lest they break through unto the Lord to gaze, and many of them perish. So you can't even look at the Lord. So him fighting is a lie. And let the priests also, which come near to the Lord, sanctify themselves, lest the Lord break forth upon them. So not even the sanctified Israelite priest. Okay. Salakia. Yeah, the priests had to sanctify themselves, or the Lord will break forth upon them too. Yeah, you get put to death. And Moses said unto the Lord Yahweh, the people cannot come up to Mount Sinai, for thou chargest us, saying, Set bounds about the mount and sanctify it. And the Lord said unto him, Away, get thee down, and thou shalt come up, thou and Aaron with thee. But let not the priests and the people break through to come up unto the Lord Yahweh, lest he break forth upon them. So, hey, you and Aaron, man. So Moses went down unto the people and spake unto them. So there ain't no fighting against the Lord's chariots, man. This devil, man, is just full of it. Can't trust anything he says. Okay. Let's go back. According to the KJB materials, a quite low-flying spaceship in the shape of a saucer appeared above a military unit that was conducting routine training maneuvers for unknown reasons. Somebody unexpectedly launched a surface-to-air missile and it hit the UFO. It fell to the earth. So like it fell to the earth not far away. And 5 short humanoids with large heads and large black eyes emerged from it. So this is a bullshit, man. Okay? This is bullshit. Okay? Because every time the angels when they spoke to the angels, I mean, we just read Daniel the 7th chapter. No, that's not a good example. Let's go to Joshua. He runs into an angel. Let's see if he had a big eyes and a head. I think it's the 4th chapter. Let's see. It might be the 3rd. So it might be the 5th too, actually. I don't know. I know it's early. Israel crosses the Jordan. I think is it before they cross the Jordan? Promises to Rahab. Let's go to 5. Okay. Joshua 5 and 13. And it came to pass when Joshua was by Jericho that he lifted up his eyes and looked, and behold, there stood a man over against him with his sword drawn in his hand. And Joshua went unto him and said unto him, Art thou for us or for our adversaries? So notice he doesn't say, what the fuck is that? With this big head and black eyes, and because this man was an angel. And he said, Nay, but as captain of the host of the Lord Yahweh am I now come. Okay, so this is a captain of the host of the Lord Yahweh. Okay, and Joshua fell on his face to the earth and did worship, and said unto him, What saith my Lord unto his servant? And the captain of the Lord's host said unto Joshua, Loose thy shoe from off thy foot, for the place whereon thou standest is holy. And Joshua did so. So, that just goes to show you, man, there's no explanation of the angels of the Lord looking like that. Okay. Just like the Lord is just like his sons are. Yahweh Shai, all of them, they all have a body, man. Okay. They damn sure don't look like little babies with feathers on their backs, and everyone's naked white people, man. Okay. Who else? I know Tobit saw an angel. I'm trying to think. Where was another angel? I know Tobit saw one. I don't, but this is the best example I can think of. Who else? Israel saw one. Okay. Genesis 32 and 24. And Jacob was left alone, and there wrestled a man with him. See, a man with him. This is an angel until the breaking of the day. And when he saw that he prevailed not against him, he touched the hollow of his thigh, and the hollow of Jacob's thigh was out of joint as he wrestled with him. And he said, Let me go, for the day breaketh. And he said, I will not let thee go, except thou bless me. And he said unto him, What is thy name? And he said, Jacob. And he said, Thy name shall be called no more Jacob, but Israel. For as a prince hast thou power with God and with men, and has prevailed. Okay. So Jacob wrestled a man that was an angel. Okay. And how do we know that Jacob was wrestling an angel. When you go, I think the precepts in the book of Hosea, I believe. Hold on, let me grab the precept. Genesis 32 and 24. Hosea tells you. Hosea 12. Okay. I'll just read it. This stuff from the top. Ephraim feedeth, Hosea 12:1. Ephraim feedeth on wind and followeth after the east wind. He daily increaseth lies and desolation, and they do make a covenant with the Assyrians, and oil is carried into Egypt. The Lord have also a controversy with Judah, and will punish Jacob according to his ways. According to his doings will he recompense him. He took his brother by the heel in the womb, and by his strength he had power with God. Yea, he had power over the angel and prevailed. So now we know that angel was a man. They looked like men. He wept and made supplication unto him. He found him in Bethel, and there he spake with us. So just to show you, that this damn he's full of shit, okay? Let's keep going. He had no large black eyes. And now he probably had black eyes. Maybe he did have large black eyes. But when you think large heads and large black, come on, man. You're thinking of a gray-headed fucking Hollywood. Let's see. Let's just put a gray. Let's find one. A gray alien. That's what people are thinking about. You thinking about this, man? That's fast. It says gray aliens, also known as Zeta Reticulans or Roswell Grays, are a popular archetype of extraterrestrial beings, often described as small humanoid with gray skin, large black eyes, and a large head. So this is what he's describing. Okay? That's what I would think if I didn't know the truth. Okay, I'm going to keep going. It is stated in the testimonies by the two soldiers who remained alive that they remained alive. Get the hell out of here, man. That after freezing themselves from the debris, the aliens acquired a spherical shape. That object began to buzz and hiss sharply and then became brilliant white. In a few seconds, the spheres grew much bigger and exploded by flaring up with an extremely bright light at that very instant. 23 soldiers who had watched the phenomenon turned into stone poles. Only 2 soldiers who stood in the shade and were less exposed to the luminous explosion survived. Hey, hold on. You know this devil like talking with a forked tongue. Okay. You know this devil like talking with a forked tongue. Because that reminds me of Genesis 19 and 26. Let's go to that. Okay, let's go to that. I don't want to read all of that. The doom of Sodom. Okay, let's start 24, Genesis 19 and 24. Then the Lord Yahweh rained upon Sodom and upon Gomorrah brimstone and fire from the Lord Yahweh out of heaven. And he overthrew those cities and all the plain and all the inhabitants of the cities and that which grew upon the ground. But his wife looked back from behind him, and she became a pillar of salt. So that's biblical. Okay. That's biblical. And they turned into stone poles. He calls it, man. So, who knows, man? The scriptures also tell you that he'll turn your ass into powder. Okay. So these are things that we need to beat in the powder. Let me grab that in second edges. Beat into powder. KJV. Let's use that. Slovakia, hold on. Beaten to powder, man. The Lord's terrible. Second Esdras chapter 16 and 11. It says, the Lord shall threaten, and who shall not be utterly beaten to powder out at his presence. Okay. So Slovakia, second Esdras 16 and 11. Yeah, just beating the powder at his presence. All right. Stone poles. He'll literally turn you a pillar of salt, or he can turn you into powder. Either way, this tech is not, Esau ain't got this type of tech. Okay, the KJB report goes on to say that the remains of the UFO and the petrified soldiers were transferred to a secret scientific research institution near Moscow. Specialists assume that a source of energy that is still unknown to Earthlings instantly changed the structure of the soldiers' living organisms, having transformed it into a substance whose molecular composition is no different from that of limestone. Ooh. So, let's look at this word. Let's see what limestone is. Okay. Let me search it up. Let's see. Yep. That looks like salt, like a rock, man. Limestone is a type of carbonate, sedimentary rock, which is in the main source of the material lime. It is composed mostly of the minerals calcite and aragonite, which are different crystal forms. So Esau won this battle. Get the hell out of here. It says a CIA representative stated, if the KJB file corresponds to reality, this is an extremely menacing case. The aliens possess such weapons and technology that go beyond all our assumptions. They can stand up for themselves if attacked. End all. Approved for release date. And let me see. When is this? That's what it said, man. It's foolishness, but Lord's will, this was edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak, Wadash, Shalom.